It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team. 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Check it out. But with me now is Mr. Bob Zdora. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Happy New Year.
Happy.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you guys were off for like a month or two,
legs.
right? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, one of them doesn't work.
One of them doesn't work so well, but yeah, I got both legs.
But they're still attached.
They are attached. They're
For
not,
now.
They're not plaster covered at this moment.
At this moment. Well, it's too late to plaster cover them now.
After surgery, they will.
You know, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see.
What you do, bud?
Oh, a little skiing. A little ski fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Had a good time.
Was it cold up there?
Yes, I actually called you, or I texted you. He texted me happy or Merry Christmas or whatever, and I'm like, dude, I'm in a towing garage. The truck had froze.
Oh, you would, yeah.
So about 3 hours there, and then back on the road we were, and didn't have a problem after that.
Okay. You know,
house was good.
The whole house was beautiful. It was huge.
It looked good, yeah.
It is a beautiful place. A lot of areas for the younger ones to go downstairs, kind of do their thing, get loud, and have the upstairs quiet. It was really cool.
Good.
It was really nice. The whole trip was great.
I don't want to be that guy or anything, you know, Bob, but there was a Bob at this table a couple of weeks ago that said this isn't a good idea.
At least one Bob that said this wasn't a good idea. Yeah.
Hey, Austin came back in one piece, so we're good.
That's right.
There you go. And how was your holiday?
It was good. Christmas was good. New Year's was good. Weather was fantastic for a little bit and really bizarre for other parts of it. But
and then 70 degrees?
Yeah. It was like a 100-degree swing within a week, you know, from
minus 24 to 72 plus. And unbelievable.
It's crazy.
In fact, I just put the plants back in the garage yesterday.
Is it going to get cold again?
Well, yeah, just enough. Okay, we got good rain, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, this is not Florida. It's going to get cold.
Exactly, it's going to get cold, and it's still only beginning of January.
Oh yeah.
What are we? 3 weeks into winter? 2 weeks?
Yeah,
into
and the calendar end of it. Yeah. So, but I tell people when we're talking to people, we have more like 3.5 seasons. You know, we got a little longer summer, a little longer spring, a little longer fall. Winter kind of gets crushed in the middle of that, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not like it starts snowing in November and doesn't end until March. It snows, and then a couple of days it's gone.
Right.
You know, and if it snows again, okay, a couple of days it's gone.
And we had record snow this year. And like I told Scooter during the weather, I didn't realize it. You know, for 2022 we had record snow, but you get to wondering, when did it all happen? You know, when did we get that snow? But I guess you got to take into consideration all the way back to January.
Well, you go back to February was a little tough.
Right. We had a little bit of snow in February, but, you know, November, December was relatively nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you have a 70-degree day in January, and you're going, bring out the lawnmower.
This is winter.
So we're done.
This is time.
We're done.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Has your phone been ringing? Have you been pretty busy?
We've still been talking to people. Yeah, I mean, it's slowed down, Bob. I mean, it's, you know, the holidays slows down, and the interest rates are taking a toll. New mortgage applications are down nationwide, like 13% last month. That's a lot. You know, when you consider where we were. That's really quite a lot. In fact, I put some numbers together for the past couple of years just to kind of see how things have been and where we are now. And the interest in the finances are going to take its toll. And the prices of the houses. The houses are so expensive. And then you add the interest rate to that. People just can't afford them.
Yeah, not only the house and the interest rate, but then the cost of electricity has gone up. The cost of natural gas has gone up.
Sure.
You got to take
your
all
homeowner's
that
insurance.
stuff. Mm-hmm.
You know, all that stuff comes in with it. Property taxes, you know, some of them were reassessed and all of that. I mean, it didn't sound like stupid money like it is in other places. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, that's still the biggest hook when we talk to people is the property taxes. That makes such a big difference for people when they're trying to figure you got people that are paying a year here what they're paying a month in other places.
I had somebody tell me that up north on Friday, and I said, well, what do you got did you have big plans for Christmas? Did y'all go anywhere? I said, no, we spent our Christmas vacation fund on paying our quarterly property tax.
Yeah, yeah, and that quarterly.
And I said,
You know.
quarterly? He said, yeah, we're paying about
because it's
$2,300 a quarter.
So much that you can't give people a bill twice a year. You know, you never give it to them once a year.
No.
You know, the only people, and your mortgage payment becomes so expensive every month when you add that in, that's what's crushing these upper markets. You know, these markets in other places. It's just when you add everything together, all your fees are more than the mortgage, are more than a house payment.
Wow.
You know, more than what you're paying off the principal of the house. So, I mean, we're really blessed to be here, and in that respect, when we talk to people from other places, but like I say, property tax is a big thing. Quality of life is always a big thing, because it is. You know, I was going back and forth yesterday with a copper up in Chicago, and he's looking for some place to go, and you know, one of his bucket list things is to move, to get out of there. So I obviously contacted him and put him on the website and this and that, and told him what we were doing, how things were going, and it's a big decision for people. Where do we go? What do we do? You know, I read about this place, I read about that place, but you can't get the quality of life issues that we have here in many places, and I'm going to say probably none, for the size, especially for the size we are. You know, you get into towns the size of Springfield and things like that, you start to have other problems. You know, you watch the news, and Springfield's kind of a scary place, you know, when you see that. And it seems like they play that up a little bit more than they probably should. Granted, I'm not saying to hide the crime, but I think there's different ways to do it. When people are looking at towns, they're looking at college towns. That's always a big thing when you see the different articles in the paper and online and stuff. College towns are real big because they're going to have restaurants, they're going to have more nightlife, more activities there, and so they encourage people to look at those types of towns. But then you've got all the other things that go with that. Here we've got the university, we've got there's events at the Shed once a month, sometimes more. There's the Playhouse. There's a lot to do here. When it's just a matter of finding it and how much you want to put yourself out there. And that's really got more to do with it than anything else. It's just you got to put yourself out there. I tell people you're going to be as busy as you want to be, and when they first get here and they ride around, they go, well, how many people are here? And you say, well, it's 14,000 on the sticker outside, but in reality, that number is much higher. And then you get into the summer, when you get into baseball tournaments, when you get into soccer, when you just get into the fishermen coming down, and just tourists in general. I'm sure we hit 40 most weekends pretty easily.
Yeah.
When we talk to different vendors trying to get people to, trying to get restaurants and stuff to come in. And that's the problem that you have. That's what they look at is, well, how many people are there? And they don't look at the surrounding area.
Yeah, our population may be 12, 13, 14,000, but our shopping population is probably 50, 60,000. And our relative weekend, like you say, for baseball tournaments, probably runs 40 to 60.
Sure, because how many people come and get serviced by the hospital on a given day? How many people come here from other places to work here in the different venues that we have in between? There's some good employers here.
Yeah, there's a reason that our Walmart store is in the top 10 in their whole world.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that really speaks volumes. It really, really does.
Yeah. What kind of numbers you got for us?
This Week in Real Estate. Come on, speak to me. There we go. There were, and this kind of wraps it up for the year. You stinker, you. This Week in Real Estate. There were 20 new listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 6 parcels of land, 11 homes came on the market. They range in price from $595,000 to $49,000. There were 27 sales, 1 commercial property, 10 parcels of land, 16 homes sold. They range in price from $34,000 to $577,000. Average sale price this week was $204,000 with 86 days on market. A total of $3.2 million in residential real estate closed this week. 19 properties expired, naturally going into the new year. 6 had price changes. There's still 72 pending. I mean, that's up. It was 60 a couple of weeks ago, and so there's still activity in the market. But we're down to 222 homes on the MLS. So we lost 10 over the past week. Some of that was those that expired, and they'll be coming back on. I think we'll see some of that too. Year to date for 2022. There was 1,173 homes sold for $261 million. Average sale price this year was $222 with 80 days on market. Last year had been 1,344 homes that sold for $272 million. So 171 more homes sold last year than this year. And there was $11 million more dollars in sales, 89,000, 89 days on market. Sorry. So just quickly, what do we got here? Yeah, we're good. I went back to 19 and put this together. 19 had a total of 1,461 transactions. That was everything. It was residential, land, everything that goes. And then of that, there was 1,146 residential closings for $171 million. The following year, for 2020, there was 1,760 transactions, and of that, the residentials were 1,281 for $22 million. So they picked up 135 between 19 and 20 when the economy was coming out and we were starting to get moving again. So there's 135 more sales and 50 million more in price. For 21. We had 1,979 transactions with 1,340 residential closings for $271 million. So there was 59 more sales. So we had, when you add these up, you can really see that it was boom, 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 jumping very, very rapidly. And then last year there was 1,694 transactions, and we ended up being down 285. From the year before. So we took some of that back, but it's still more upwards than downwards. And I think that we'll see it down less again this year, just because supply and demand is only, like I say, 220 houses. The cost of those houses are still expensive, and then the cost of buying the house is still expensive. And until they figure out what they're going to do with the interest rates, and interest rates kicked up a little bit last week, and so we're back up in the sixes, mid sixes, and that's with good credit. I mean, that's with 5-star credit and money down and everything else. So not a lot of people are going to hit that, and as long as there's people that can sell in other places, they'll take less for their home. We're seeing more people that are willing to give buybacks and maybe help with the closing costs of the buyers, things like that. Not dropping the prices is going to start to happen, because if you got to sell, you got to go. You got to go. I mean, there's no getting around it. People have new jobs. Life happens around them, And with that in mind, there's things that you need to do to be ready to go. If that's the case, and we can help with that. People get in there and they go in the barn, or they go in the basement, or they go in the junk room, or whatever it may be, and they go, "Oh my, we can't go. Look at all this stuff. We just can't do all this." And we can help you with all of that. This is what we do. This is what we do all day, every day. And so we can help with that. We can help give you the guidance that you need, help hold your hand, whatever it is that you need to get to be successful in the sale of your home. We can help with that. I got signs sitting in my yard that do me absolutely no good sitting in my yard. They've done a lot of other people good, because that's why they're back in the yard again. So that's a good sign. But give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. Our website's retiretoarkansas.net, and all the MLS is on there, all the local information. There's a ton of regular information on there. The cameras are on there. The Christmas is coming down in Cotter, but it still lights up the bridge at night, and that's still great screensaver for your laptop or your PC. But give my honey a call. That's the most important thing. 870-405-0793. And on behalf of all of us, we wish you all a blessed and prosperous New Year. And everybody's going to keep moving forward.
That's Bob Zdora of the Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home, 870-405-0793. As he said, retire to Arkansas.net and give his honey a call. Don't talk to him.
There you go. That's right.
We'll be back with This Week in Sports.